India, a country with over 1.4 billion people, has emerged as a major player in global affairs. With a rapidly growing economy and a strategic location in South Asia, India's foreign policy plays a crucial role in shaping regional and global dynamics. In this video, we'll take a closer look at India's foreign policy, exploring the key objectives, strategies, and outcomes that define this important aspect of India's national identity. Hello everyone, my name is Kishan Rao here and you are watching the Inside India Politics channel. India's foreign policy is based on the principles of non-alignment, peaceful coexistence, and mutual respect for sovereignty and territorial integrity. India's foreign policy objectives are broadly focused on promoting regional stability and cooperation, strengthening global partnerships, promoting economic growth and development, and enhancing India's security and defense capabilities. India's economic growth and development are central to its foreign policy agenda. With a large and growing middle class, India is well positioned to attract foreign investment and create jobs in sectors like technology, finance, and manufacturing. India's security and defense capabilities are also a top priority. With the growing threat of terrorism and border disputes with neighboring countries, India is investing in modernizing its armed forces and building stronger military partnerships with other countries. India is also actively engaged in regional diplomacy, working to build stronger economic, political, and cultural ties with its neighbours in South Asia. India's foreign policy is also focused on strengthening global partnerships. India has deepened its partnerships with major powers like the United States, Russia, China, and Japan, while also expanding trade and investment ties with emerging markets in Africa and Latin America. India's foreign policy is aimed at promoting its national interests and enhancing its role as a major player in global affairs. India's foreign policy is aimed at enhancing its security and defense capabilities. As of 2021, India ranks 4th in the world in the Global Firepower Index, which measures military strength and capability. India's foreign policy is also focused on promoting economic growth and development. India is the world's 5th largest economy and has strong trade ties with major partners like the United States, China, and the European Union. India's foreign policy is also shaped by its complex relationships with neighboring countries, particularly Pakistan and China. India has had ongoing border disputes with both countries and has experienced occasional military clashes with Pakistan. India's foreign policy also reflects its commitment to addressing global challenges like climate change. India is a signatory to the Paris Climate Agreement and has pledged to reduce its carbon emissions in the coming decades. India's foreign policy also includes a strong focus on humanitarian assistance and disaster relief. India has provided aid and support to countries affected by natural disasters and humanitarian crises, including Nepal, Bangladesh, and Sri Lanka. India's foreign policy is complex and multifaceted, reflecting the country's position as a rapidly developing nation with diverse interests and priorities. By pursuing a balanced and strategic approach to foreign affairs, India aims to enhance its global standing and secure its long-term economic and security interests. India is a founding member of the United Nations and has been an active participant in various UN agencies and initiatives. India is also one of the largest contributors to UN peacekeeping missions, with with over 5,000 Indian troops currently deployed in various regions around the world. India has also played an active role in supporting the development of other countries, particularly in South Asia and Africa. India has provided aid and assistance to countries like Afghanistan, Bhutan, and Mozambique, focusing on areas like infrastructure, healthcare, and education. India is also a member of various regional and international organizations, including the BRICS Group of Emerging Economies, the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, and the Commonwealth of Nations. India's foreign policy also includes a strong focus on scientific and technological innovation. India has made significant strides in space exploration and technology, including its successful Mars mission in 2014. In recent years, India has strengthened its ties with the United States, with both countries sharing common interests in areas like defense, trade, and regional security. India's relationship with China, on the other hand, has been more complex, with ongoing border disputes and competition for influence in the region. India has also deepened its strategic partnership with Japan, particularly in areas like infrastructure development and regional security. India's relationship with Russia is also important, particularly in areas like defense and energy cooperation. India has also prioritized its relationship with African countries, with a focus on strengthening economic ties and promoting development and stability in the region. India is one of the world's fastest growing major economies, and its influence in global affairs is increasing. As a rising power, India has sought to play a more prominent role in shaping international norms and institutions. India has been an active participant in various international forums and initiatives, including the G20 Group of Leading Economies and the International Solar Alliance. India is also a member of the Quadrilateral Security Dialogue, or Quad, along with the United States, Japan, and Australia. The Quad is seen as a key strategic grouping to promote regional security and stability in the Indo-Pacific region. India has also strengthened its relationships with Central Asian countries, with a focus on enhancing economic ties and promoting connectivity in the region. India is a major exporter of goods and services, with the United States, United Arab Emirates, and China being its top export destinations. India is also heavily reliant on imports, with its top import partners including China, United States, and United Arab Emirates. India is one of the world's top military spenders, with its military expenditure accounting for over 2.5% of its GDP in 2020. India has been making efforts to improve its business environment, and its ranking in the World Bank's Ease of Doing Business Index has improved significantly in recent years, from 142nd in 2014 to 63rd in 2019. India is also a member of the International Monetary Fund, IMF, and has made significant contributions to the organization, with its current quota amounting to over $15 billion. India has been working to attract more foreign investment, with its top sources of FDI including Mauritius, Singapore, and Japan. India is one of the largest contributors of troops to United Nations peacekeeping missions, with over 6,000 personnel currently deployed in various missions around the world. India's neighbourhood policy aims to strengthen its relationships with its neighbouring countries, including Nepal, Bangladesh, Bhutan, and Sri Lanka. India has also been working to deepen its engagement with Southeast Asia, with a focus on enhancing economic ties and promoting regional stability and connectivity. India has been a vocal advocate for climate action and played a key role in the negotiations leading up to the Paris Climate Agreement. India has committed to reducing its carbon emissions intensity by 33 to 35% by 2030 from 2005 levels. One of the major challenges facing India's foreign policy is the country's disputed borders with China and Pakistan. These disputes have led to tensions and occasional border clashes, and India has sought to balance its security concerns with its economic and diplomatic interests. India has been actively engaged in various multilateral forums, including the BRICS grouping of major emerging economies. These forums provide India with a platform to advocate for its interests and to shape international norms and institutions. India has also been leading efforts to promote sustainable development and combat climate change, including through initiatives such as the International Solar Alliance. India's large and growing population, combined with its rapidly expanding economy, presents both opportunities and challenges for its foreign policy. India's economic growth is expected to outpace that of other major economies in the coming years, providing new opportunities for trade and investment. India has also been investing in regional connectivity projects, such as the International North-South Transport Corridor and the Chabahar port in Iran, to enhance its economic and strategic ties with Central Asia and the Middle East. In 2018, India and China held their first informal summit, with Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi meeting with Chinese President Xi Jinping in Wuhan. The summit was seen as an important step towards reducing tensions between the two countries, which had been engaged in a standoff over a disputed border area in Doklam. India has also been playing an active role in the Indian Ocean Rim Association, EORA, a grouping of countries bordering the Indian Ocean. India has been working to enhance maritime security and promote economic cooperation among member countries. India has been working to enhance its economic ties with Southeast Asia, with a focus on the ASEAN bloc. In 2019, India's trade with ASEAN countries reached over $96 billion, and India has been working to expand economic cooperation through initiatives such as the India-ASEAN Free Trade Agreement. India's relationship with the United States has been growing in recent years, with the two countries working to enhance their strategic partnership. In 2021, Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi met with US President Joe Biden, where the two leaders discussed a range of issues, including climate change, trade, and security. India has been actively engaged in the United Nations, where it has been advocating for its interests and promoting global cooperation. In 2021, India was elected to the United Nations Security Council as a non-permanent member for a 2-year term. That's all for today's video on the foreign policy of the Indian government. We hope you found this informative and insightful. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and share it with your friends. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more videos on international affairs and global politics. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.